2023, our 11 Investigates team began looking into the 1992 murder of Vernon Huggins. The Toledoan was found beaten to death near the Wilson Park pool house. 5 men were convicted, but our team previously reported that hundreds of pages of potential evidence were never turned over to defense attorneys or even to prosecutors. That evidence pointed to several strong suspects. In November, one of those men, named Eric Misch, was exonerated. This morning, 4 of his friends joined him. Lead investigator Brian Duggar was in the courtroom today.
For more than 30 years, these men told anyone who would listen they were innocent. This morning, the decades-long legal fight ended in just minutes with their exonerations. Outside the courtroom, there was happiness.
It's an amazing day for these 4 individuals, and then also for Eric to get the justice that they finally deserve.
Anger.
Live in an 8x12 box and then have the world thrown at you.
And bitterness.
Certain people need to start doing their jobs right. Simple as that. You know, they knew back then. They knew we was innocent. Just like they know now. They know. But nobody wanted to ask the right questions, so they put a story out there and it stuck for 32 years.
But mostly relief. Relief the long legal journey is over for 5 men exonerated of murder. So what's your plan from today forward?
To live every day like tomorrow's not promised.
What's your plan for today? How are you going to celebrate?
I'm gonna wait for my brother to get out, and we're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse. he wanted Applebee's, but I said no. Nothing against Applebee's, but Texas Roadhouse is better.
Lorenzo's brother Mel is the only of the 5 who was still in prison. He and Lorenzo took Alford pleas after seeing their 3 friends convicted at trial.
They were teenagers at the time, Mel and Larry. You know, they saw what happened to their 3 friends. The same evidence that would have been presented against them was presented against those 3 friends in jury trials. And the juries found them guilty and they received horrific sentences. So when you're that age, what do you do?
The evidence their attorneys did not have at trial was first uncovered by the Wrongful Conviction Project in 2018. Multiple Crime Stopper tips pointed to other suspects. The family of Huggins' girlfriend confronted the man on the night of his murder. One of the men was carrying a heavy wooden table leg.
I think our system needs to put guardrails in place to make sure things like this don't happen. The evidence that showed the innocence of these 5 guys was sitting in the police department for 30 years, just sitting there hidden. And it should have been disclosed to them before their trials, before they took pleas, and it wasn't.
Another tipster told police Huggins was killed because he was with Lee Jeffries the night the man killed Emma Dolberry. Ironically, that killing could have been Lorenzo Vasquez's alibi.
I remember the night that Vernon Huggins was killed, because the same night a girl that my mom grew up with named Emma Dolberry, she was killed the same night, and I was sitting at my dad's house when they found her body, and my mom was like, I know that girl, I went to school with her.
Vasquez was paroled in 2015. He was convicted as a young teen and struggled to rebuild after losing decades of his freedom.
I was able to start over and get a job, and luckily I wasn't faced with a lot of the, roadblocks that a lot of people coming home, especially after serving so much time, face, and also because, a lot of people don't want to hire you. I've been denied so many jobs, Amazon, UPS, FedEx.
Today is the first day his brother will have a chance to start a new life.
Just talking to my client, just looking him in the eye and listening to him talk about this and how painful this has all been. How he was, 16, hoping maybe to go to Ohio State and be a runner, and his life's taken away from him. It's just very, very sad. And here he is today at almost 49, finally getting to walk out of the system and hopefully have a great life.
I can now tell you Mel Vasquez was released from custody at 3 p.m. this afternoon and is celebrating with family and friends. Louis Castilla, he left the hearing and is headed home to go to bed so he could get up and go to work at 1 a.m. Prosecutor's office referred me to previous statements on the case. that the lead detective is dead and other detectives have little memory of the investigation. Reporting in studio, this is Brian Duggar for 11 Investigates.